watermelon. That's okay. All right, so this morning we are joined by Director of Marketing at 433 Entertainment, Ibrahim Conte. He's going to be giving us an inside look at how Hurricane Melissa has affected, influenced, changed, impacted the party scene and the shifts happening in entertainment right now. IB, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Morning.
Good to see you. I was driving down this morning and I think I saw for the first time in a long time like a big flyer promoting a party, and I was like, oh my gosh, this almost looks strange to me because we haven't seen them for a little while. Tell us what's been happening since Melissa in this space, IB. It's a space you know very well because you put on several signature parties yourself.
Yes. I mean, the impact has been significant. To focus on really the Western parishes, where you find that there's been no entertainment. It's really the last week or two, some of the regular street dances and so forth have been back. All major events have been either canceled or postponed. Not sure when they're going to be new dates. A number of the DJs are actually, trying to venture into other parishes, promoting themselves to see, if they can get booked, for the Christmas season. It's been rough. In terms of where Kingston is concerned, you're absolutely right. I would say the last week or so has been really the first time events have been happening. Over the course of the weekend, I went to a couple events myself and I noticed a difference. Even though most events got decent numbers, but it's not their usual numbers. So you can tell that patronage is down, and even in terms of where the spending is concerned, if you would see more, let's say the high-end liquor on tables, you see less of it and more of the Ray and Evio and so forth, entry-level brands and so forth. So, the entertainment industry has taken a huge hit, but as Jamaicans, we're resilient, and you start seeing the recovery at the same time taking place. One of the things I really appreciate is how everyone, and I can say one of the leading persons who I really appreciate the work that he's done, Ramesh,
Yeah.
along with, many of my contemporaries as well, Andrew Bellamy, Strictly 2K, different promoters. Everyone really has stepped forward, done their recovery efforts. Some have posted about it, some haven't. So for us, we aren't looking at it to say, well, boy, it's hurting our business, but let's give back to the country because the country has put us to where we're at. So it's time for us to be our brother and sisters keeper.
Anything like COVID?
I would say it's close, but Kingston, I would say the other parishes that weren't impacted were fortunate, but there's still a ripple effect, but it's close to COVID because what persons have to understand, when you think of a party, you just think of somebody buying a ticket and going there to have fun, but don't understand that the entertainment industry contributes 5% towards our GDP. And the direct employment is massive.
Yeah.
So we're talking not just the sound engineers, we're not talking not just the DJs, the cleaning companies, and the indirect employment as well as it relates to, the hairdresser, barbershops, the clothing stores, and so forth. So, the impact has been massive.
Bartenders, yeah?
And I suspect, Ibrahim, because of what went on, even sponsors might say, well, I can't put my money here right now because I have to go sort out some people. Don't.
You're spot on. Many of our sponsors, I would say all from Ray and Evio, Red Stripe, Wisinko, you name it. So firstly, one of the things I really appreciate with all of them, they all stepped up as it relates to where relief efforts were concerned. Some of them even reached out to say, to ask if we're doing anything, reach out, just send a letter. They even made it easier for us to get products, and because most of us headed out west as soon as, it was safe for us to do so. So I want to applaud them. But to your point, the impact has been really significant. So some sponsors are saying, boy, IB has to be a next year, or we have to look at revising in terms of our sponsorship spend for the Christmas period as, our sales have been hit. And as you can imagine, their marketing spend is based on their sales, and there hasn't been any sales. So I also operate a liquor consignment business. And I remember when we had our first event, some of our partners that we work with, they were so excited. Boy, you don't know how glad for sooner, you know, we finally can get for pay some people because, you know, most of those persons are contracted. They get paid based on the projects that are in, not many are on staff. So, yeah, everybody has been feeling it in one way, in the ripple effect of it.
Is there also, you hear us talking about survivor's guilt. You hear us talking about, you know, whether Christmas still a keep, IB. You know, I know Kingston wasn't hit, and it's interesting that Kingston kind of clutched on the parting for so long. Is that like a solidarity move? Is that like a, you know, in the middle of the distress of what's going on in the West, we shouldn't be jumping up too much? What's that part about?
Yeah, so so it was survivor's guilt because I remember the first time I went out, I went to Janga's and I felt guilty about posting about it. I was like, boy, you know, it doesn't feel right that I'm partying and others don't even have roof over their heads and so forth. But it was someone that made the point to me that, you know, and I remember it was the prime minister's words as well that we have to recover. The economy has to recover, and a huge part of the recovery is also our entertainment industry. So it was survivor's guilt. So most of us, my contemporaries, we said, you know, we were going to hold off on posting any flyers, you know, marketing our events, and really focus on recovery. And then now, all events, or at least most events I've seen marketing has some sort of relief effort. So I was at Mellow Vibes on Saturday. You know, I saw DJ Liquid and the promoters and DJ Marie. They were donating 500,000 towards relief effort based on the proceeds from that event. So you're seeing things like that. So even for Strictly 2K, that's happening on December 27th, shameless plug.
Yes.
We're also donating, you know, to relief efforts, you know, post the staging. And you find that that's happening with most of our contemporaries across the industry.
Yeah, man. Good luck as you move on, friend. I know it's tough, but as you said, we will recover. Good to see you. Blessings.
Thanks, IB.
Thank you.
Director of Marketing at 433 Entertainment, Ibrahim Conte.
After the break, ZJ Rush is going to tell us about his transition from his life as a DJ to a career in cybersecurity. Yeah, back with that after this.